to take a video of the rest of the incident. Before my cell phone was powered on, he was discussing a cumulative and irrelevant verbiage about that he had seen my cart, and he was being attitudinal the whole entire time with a disrespectful demeanor that was totally, completely inappropriate with facts of the circumstances at the scene of the non-incident for any stop whatsoever without any reasonable suspicion for any kind of stop at all. And I'm right, Hauser. Now, leave me alone, let me do this. Verbiage such as that he noticed my cart and saw some trash. And it was attitudinal when he was calling it trash. And didn't even know if anybody was under here and wondered what was under here, if there was a bunch of trash. So he kicked me, and then to see what it was. And he was thinking about what to do, removing like he was in an agency with the jurisdiction to be property removal off of properties. When he sees property, it, by his discretion, is supposed to be removed from properties, as if that was his job function and role and job description. I told him there was no reasonable suspicion as powering on my phone. Continued the rest of the conversation that is on the video. On the first day, he told me that I could continue sleeping while he continued harassing me with a cumulative stalking with incessant questioning, continuing and being contradictory and argumentative, flying in the face of all truth and law with everything that he did say. While he was arguing with me, being argumentative, trying to bait and instigate and provoke a fight. And he was. Told me that I could continue sleeping here while he hovered over me and continued to do that. I had to confront him that he had to leave. He told me that I could be here and sleep, there was no problem with it, as long as the owner of this property over here did not mind. Knowing that these officers are malicious, and I don't believe that he even is a real one, I believe that he is an imposter posing that has been planted in the police department by organized crime, that never got any training as a police officer whatsoever at all, thought this to be convenient to continue to find ways to be malicious and exploit for further malicious attention, like contact, when they have no right. I told him he has no right soliciting, whether it is or is not so, with any owners of any property, when this is not even that property of the shopping center, which he should be aware if he knows anything of any reality in a municipality, because this happens to be a tree lawn that is municipal public property that can be stepped on and occupied for periods of time, like a park, and it is. When the border is to this bike trail, also when property along the sidewalk is a tree lawn, and the border to this shopping center's property is right here. That is the shopping center that the Starbucks, there was an incident at this North Natomas Place shopping center. Is the property of recently. This Starbucks right over here in this shopping center is a location of the incident in another video of a harassing incident and joined her in conspiracy with organized crime and occultic organized crime. This so-called officer, non-officer though, Mormon, with a pseudonym last name spelled Moorman, betraying their mentality and mens rea intent to abuse police power toward myself. It was a fake tag, obviously. It is a childish name. On the second day, the 29th, he exploited this, said that I had to be removed. After contacting the owner of that property over there, this is not a part of, but is a municipal tree lawn that is public. I asked him before the camera came on where I would be able to go. He told me over there across the street would be a place. When I asked him, that would be fine to go since it is public along the bike trail, as long as nobody minded me being there if I didn't block the bike path, and nobody on the bike path minded that I was there and didn't block the bike path for people. Like I'm gonna sleep right in the middle of a bike path. Everything was very implicatory, and I resent the implications of everything that he said to me, with a very cocky, arrogant, malicious, and attitudinal betraying foreknowledge attention toward myself in malice intent the whole entire time. He flew in the face of the law and all truth when he said what he said about law concerning reasonable suspicion. He was totally false. Now, this is the same bike path that is property alongside of and along the border of, continuing from this one. So it was exactly the same status as these sites, and there really is no difference between them. Then if I came over to that spot or this spot over here, there really is no difference when he had no reasonable suspicion for any stop and the incessant questioning, acting as if we were in an adversarial conflict proceeding, and being contradictory and argumentative and totally false and prejudicial with everything that he said, misstating the law, just wanting to argue, hover over me and argue and